Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. So let's thank our members and the Foxpad, the Fulcrum, everybody, the Fishpads, and let's get into it. Not to lose too much time. I eventually got the rentals today. So yeah, I wanted to make two more videos today maybe, and the rest I will do it tomorrow. But yeah, the first aircraft that I wanted to take a look is the Harrier Gr7, just because it's one of the most fun in the patch. It is a dogfight monster, to be honest. It is a very capable aircraft. The missiles are pretty good, but yeah, they're not fail-proof, and the guns are pretty amazing as well, but they don't have tracers, so sometimes it's hard to hit. But as an air-to-ground, is pretty amazing. I want to test something out. I will fill it up with the most amount of bombs here, and I will try to do a VTOL takeoff. And after that, we will try to use the just show up some battles and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just create another one. So we have the GBU 12 here, as you see. You have to use the pod. So yeah, we have the GBU 12 again, aim 9s obviously for protection, and then let's try to use the GBU 24, which is the large one. Here you cannot use the guns together with the pod, so that's a problem. But yeah, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. Let's test fly it a bit and see how it performs. So yeah, let's try to take off this baby. Too heavy for VTOL. Let's see if it goes. It kinda goes, but oh no, it doesn't. Oh my god. Yeah. So there you go. Somebody asked me on the thing on the comment section if this would work, and it does not. Just like in real life, so pretty good. Let's test fly it again. And now let's do a short takeoff, basically. Let's see, I don't want to use the little thing there. So a short takeoff, let's see if it works. It kinda does work, but it is pretty, yeah, it's close, it's close. So be careful on using the VTOL for when you are this heavy, okay? We have the pod there, just like in the Jaguar. And let's try to just destroy some of the targets there, just to show the capabilities of these bombs. Obviously, these are just normal laser guided bombs, so yeah. And here, obviously, we have, come on, the TV system. So it has thermals, and it will be amazing. I mean, especially in squadron battles, I think it will be very, very effective. So let's try to bomb some of the stuff. If I were to use in the game, I probably would take just 2 paveways and 4 aim9s, or maybe even 4 GBU 12s, and then the 2 aim9s, not much more than that. But yeah, as you see, you can, where is it? Yeah, you have a lot of zoom, as you see. And yeah, the bombs are dropped. So I dropped one bomb there. Let's see if it's tracking. It is, and it's open. Damn, that's nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. And splash. So pretty good. As you see, works perfectly. Let's drop the other bomb. Just drop it. And then you can use the paveway 24 as well. Obviously, it's a larger bomb, so that's pretty good as well. I'm going to do a proper video on this once everything settles down a little bit on ground battles, you know. But I just wanted to show a little bit of it. And as you see, I dropped one bomb for some reason. Pretty good pod, so you can just go away and the pod will still hold. Jesus, this makes me feel weird. Yeah, I completely missed the bomb, but still. So yeah, let's take a look on some air realistic battles to see how it performs. Pretty amazing fighter as well. So, and a very interesting aircraft. So let's get into the normal battles. So yeah, we are here in some air RB, and the matchmaking is pretty weird right now, and I'm going to make more videos on the Harrier, so don't you worry. But it's just to have a little bit of a taste on the aircraft. It is amazing due to the carbon fiber being used to reduce weight and increase in strengthness on the aircraft, to the redesign of the wings and the stronger engine, anything that I told you about on the diving down on the Harrier 2 video. It's basically made the Harrier 2 a lot better than the normal Harriers, the first generation ones. So you will feel like you are flying a completely different aircraft. In real life, this was the case as well, since they actually made trainers. They didn't use the normal trainers, they actually made trainers specifically for these versions, just because they were so different from the normal Harriers, and pilots need a different thing. So it is a very, very interesting aircraft. The cannons, yes, they have a low ammo count. The AIM-9L, as you are going to see, it is problematic against flares as well, like every missile, but it has a tiny bit advantage when the target is completely cold to you. It makes the AIM-9L a little bit better than the other missiles like the R60, for example. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time, especially with the changes in the AIM-9L's performance to get to speed, but still it is a very interesting aircraft and an interesting missile, I mean, and a very good one, probably one of the best out there right now. Me personally, I enjoy more the R60M, but still it's one of the best missiles that we have in game. And yeah, together with the performance of this aircraft, it is a very easy aircraft to fly. Pretty good, pretty easy. It is a good ground attacker, it is a good turn fighter. The problems with it are the following. Obviously, the BVR, it doesn't have any BVR. And only having IR missiles, you will face a lot of problems like this. I mean, the missile locking into flares, missile locking into another missiles, missile locking into friendlies and stuff like that. So you have to be careful, because the AIM-9L, to be fair, is a very good missile, but if you're not careful, you're going to waste missiles like I am doing right now here. So especially, as I said, remember of that rule of the Go 4, that normally American pilots would never use an AIM-9L or AIM-9M as a head-on weapon. They normally would use only in cold aspect, to be sure that you actually hit the target, because in a cold aspect, the missile, as you're going to see in the last clip that I did, it is very effective, but still in all aspect obviously is limited as all these missiles from the late 70s, you know. So have this in mind. It is a very, very good missile, but it has its problems. The cannons are way better than the normal Aidens that we normally have. They are the 25mm Aidens that we normally the 25mm Aidens, so very different from the 30s. They have a faster muzzle velocity, faster fire rate, a longer range, and yeah, very, very good guns. The only problem with it doesn't have any tracers, so you have to be careful, but it is a very good weapon in head-ons just because of that. So yeah, as you saw right there, the R60, the AIM-9L, even though it didn't go for the flares, it didn't have the energy to actually turn. If the R60M was in that case, it would be better, but it would go for the flares. So the point is, every missile in this game has its own type of way of flying. You know, the AIM-9L will be better in certain situations, especially in a high flare environment. But in a dogfight, an R60 is better. So they have its downs and its ups. You know, both of those missiles, the Magics as well and stuff like that. But yeah. Uh, Enough of missiles, you know. But yeah, the guns, they're pretty good, but you have to be careful with the ammo count. It is very low, very good in head-ons, but still you have to be careful, okay? The turns, I mean, it's a dogfighter, you know. It's an aircraft that likes to dogfight. You will win a dogfight basically against anything if you have the energy and if you are smart about it, because eventually you will lose all of its energy, especially if you use the thrust vectoring. But if you are smart about it, you can do a lot of damage with it and be safe about it. So just use your thrust vectoring with being careful a little bit, because they can be a little bit of a problem if you lose all of the energy, okay? Here, for example, I was alone against 2 targets, so a MiG-23 that was right above my airfield, and a Mirage 2000 that was landing and taking off. So I decided to go up, and as you're going to see, it climbs like a normal jet, you know. It is very. I mean, the normal Harrier already can do a lot of these things, but just remember this is a completely different aircraft. And if you are asking yourself if you should research it, you should. Okay, it's an amazing aircraft. It's so good, to be honest, and so fun to fly that I probably would take this aircraft over the Phantoms, even though they have the Skyflash and have the BVR. This is a more fun aircraft to fly. It is maneuverable, nimble, and light, and that's what I like, if you know me. So yeah, and as you see here, the missile was tracking pretty alright, but flares were deployed and the missile just goes for the flare. So it is a problem that you have to think in all the missiles. Remember, all the missiles of the game were buffed, basically all the missiles. So especially the radar guided ones, but the AIM-9Ls, the R60s, the MatAWGs, all missiles got a new autopilot. Kind of a new autopilot. I mean, they fixed the autopilot a bit so that they track better and they are more precise in a way that you have to really be careful to not overestimate, because everybody is going to be talking about this, but you still have to be careful because it's not an AIM-9M, it's not an R73. The Magic 2 still doesn't have the IRCCM abilities, even though all these missiles have better. I mean, this was just a poor shot, but if he was an R60, I would have got him if he wasn't going for the flares, if he dropped flares. So, as I said, it's a problematic thing, but just be careful to not overestimate the missile. Like I said before, if the target is cold, the AIM-9L is just very good, especially if the guy doesn't take out its power, you know, the power of the engine, because it is going to go for the flames of the engine. So this is the good part about the AIM-9L, you know. It has its bads and it has its goods, as I said. And it's technically going to be your main armament in air-to-air combat. The cannons are very good, as I said, but you are going to heavily depend on the missiles, okay? So have that in mind. And yeah, on the air-to-ground, I have nothing to say as I show it to you guys on the test flight. I am going to make a proper video in the future with the Harrier as an air-to-ground and a ground RB, but I don't have the time because I really need to do the other reviews. But still, it is an aircraft that it's very capable at that. Obviously, it has the Mavericks. It has 4 Mavericks these, the same variants that we see in the A10A late, and it has the guided bombs. So it is just an amazing aircraft, especially, as I said before, in a squadron battle environment. It's going to be very cool. I don't think it's going to be, I mean, maybe not as 4 aircraft of these in the squadron battles, but at least one of them, it's a very good multi-role aircraft. It can defend itself, that's the main thing, and it can attack the ground very precisely and with laser guided weaponry as well as TV guided weaponry. So it has multiple things together with the TIALD pod. It is amazing. So yeah, get out there, get this aircraft. It's amazing. I cannot wait to see more variants of it. I cannot wait to see the better version with the better engine and the AV8B as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you like this aircraft, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye guys, see ya.